Max and the Secret Map. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and whispering trees, there lived a little boy named Max. Max had curly hair, a bright red backpack, and a big heart full of curiosity. Every evening, after homework and dinner, Max would sit by the fireplace with his grandpa and listen to exciting stories. Stories of pirates, dragons, lost treasure, and magical lands. One rainy afternoon, as Max helped Grandpa clean the attic, he stumbled upon a dusty old chest. "What's in here?" Max asked, brushing away cobwebs. Grandpa chuckled. "Why don't we find out?" Inside the chest was an old rolled-up paper tied with a ribbon. Max unrolled it carefully. It was a map with mountains, rivers, a forest, and a big red X marked on it. "A treasure map?" Max's eyes sparkled. Grandpa smiled. "That map belonged to your great-grandpa. He always said it led to something wonderful, but no one ever found it." Max's heart thumped with excitement. "Can I go find it, Grandpa?" "Well," Grandpa winked, "every good adventure starts with a brave heart." The next morning, Max packed snacks, a flashlight, a compass, and his trusty red backpack. He waved goodbye and set off on his great adventure. The map led him past the village, across a wooden bridge, and into the whispering woods. The trees swayed gently, and Max could hear soft whispers in the wind, like voices telling ancient stories. Soon, Max came to a bubbling brook. On the map, it was labeled River of Riddles. A sign stood by the water. "To cross this river, answer me true. I rise each morning, warm and bright, but disappear with the fall of night." "What am I?" Max thought for a moment. Then he grinned. "The sun!" The brook sparkled, and stepping stones rose from the water, creating a path across. Max carefully hopped from one stone to another and continued on. Next, the trail wound up a steep hill covered in fog. At the top stood a large sleepy bear blocking the path. Max tiptoed closer. The bear opened one eye. "Why do you come to my hill, little one?" Max held up the map. "I'm looking for treasure," the bear yawned. "All right, but only if you make me laugh." Max scratched his head. Then he stood tall and told his best joke. "Why did the squirrel bring a ladder to the tree? Because it wanted to go nuts." The bear burst into laughter, rolling on his back. "That's a good one," he chuckled. "Go on, brave explorer." Beyond the hill, Max reached a meadow where butterflies danced and flowers glowed in the sunlight. At the edge of the meadow was a tall oak tree with a carved arrow pointing to a small cave. Max peeked inside. It was dark and chilly, but he remembered Grandpa's words. Every good adventure starts with a brave heart. He turned on his flashlight and stepped in. The cave walls shimmered with tiny crystals. At the very end, Max found an old wooden chest just like the one in Grandpa's attic. His hands trembled with excitement as he opened it. Inside was no gold, no jewels, but something even better, a soft glowing stone, a feather quill, and a leather-bound book titled The Explorer's Journal. A new adventure begins. Max opened the book. On the first page, written in curly letters, it said, "To the brave soul who finds this, you are now the keeper of adventures. Use this journal to write your own stories, discover new lands, and share your dreams with the world." Max's heart swelled with joy. He didn't need treasure. He was the treasure. His courage, curiosity, and imagination were more powerful than gold. He placed the glowing stone in his pocket, tucked the journal into his backpack, and made his way back home. That evening, Max sat by the fireplace once more. Grandpa smiled and asked, "So, what did you find?" Max grinned, opened the journal, and began to write. Chapter 1. The Boy with the Brave Heart. And from that day on, Max went on many more adventures. Some real, some in his dreams, but always with his red backpack, his glowing stone, and his brave, curious heart.